I'll be daddy.
I
No.
Father. Let's go with father. Let's go with father. That is
I, I do I do get a lot of people searching on the daddy part of things.
and we're back.
And we're back. Uh
Epis back. You
Fallout
nerd. Yeah.
season 2, episode 6.
Yeah. Very interesting. It's gosh. Okay, let's start off with Lucy and her father. So,
Yeah.
picking up where we left off last time, Lucy is
Coop.
now the
Well, let's pick
man.
up where we left off. Coop's impaled on a lamppost, or
Yeah.
a street light or something crazy.
Yeah,
Like
and
the
like
most
no one no
painful thing I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. It literally goes through where his spine would be.
Right. And
And
his and
like
his and his dog wants to help, but he thinks he wants the hat.
yeah, it's funny. One of the mechanics in one of the Fallout games for a dog character is like go fetch something. So like the
Mm.
dog character will go out and like grab an item or something, bring back to
Yeah.
you. And that's kind of what he did. He just like grabbed his hat and ran off, which I find very funny. But yeah, we can focus on Cooper. So he's impaled and he can't reach his like anti-crazy meds basically.
Right.
And like he's going starting to slightly go feral almost, like
Right.
he's like growling and
Well, yeah,
stuff.
he definitely does. And anyways, I just mean that's it seems to me that's where it start, that's
Yeah,
that's
that's
where
fair.
things
I think we
started,
should we should
right?
yeah,
Like
we should
just
go on that
I
route.
mean, we can
So
we can move on to we kind of finished with him, right? So we can maybe come back to him, but
all right. So,
we'll leave
Lucy,
him on the flagpole for a while.
we'll leave him up the flagpole for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, so Lucy is brought to the management vault. When she wakes up, she doesn't change or anything to her nice dress. She's like,
Well,
nope,
she's
this is
presented with new clothes to get out
yeah, but
of,
she's like,
and
nah.
then she's looking at it because she's never worn anything else, right? Like
She's
she's
maybe
just
worn out of clothing, but definitely not. I don't think she's worn that. But like, I think with her, what she's learned so far, she's like, a dress is not gonna cut it out there.
yeah, but didn't they didn't have other clothing in the vault, did they? They just wore their
I
vault things.
well, the vault suits I think were standard. Maybe there were special clothing sometimes, but yeah, vault
Right.
suits were,
But
just
but
like
what? Yeah. Anyways, it just made
yeah.
me
Anyway,
realize,
yeah.
like, oh
So
yeah, she's
hasn't
you
worn like
forget
something like
that
that. Yeah,
she's in her vault suit sort of until you have her looking at a dress, going, oh yeah, that she's.
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah. So that happens. She kind of exits her little zone, and like she grabs a fire hydrant because she sees two
well,
legionaries come up.
she decides she wants to
Get
to
her
get the hell
father.
out of there, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, and
she's
she's surprised, but or not surprised, but like she prepares to attack, but like, hi there, nice to meet you, and then
yeah,
like
two of
yeah,
Caesar's
and then
legionnaires or
yeah,
whatever.
they would just walk off, and she notices that like the chip on the back of her
Right.
neck, and that's interesting actually. Each episode has like the Fallout name, and like it's all every time it's a different kind of like stylized. This one had like the chip thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
connected to it. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I didn't catch that.
she goes out and she goes into that little zone for like the workers and stuff. And
Yeah.
and what we thought was like one guy
Well,
was actually now like 20.
yeah, but she's in either the Vault-Tec or Robco office, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And
something
that
like that. And she's like,
or Vault, right? Like their
mm,
management vault basically or something,
hmm
right?
yeah, and
And
like she goes up to the zone and the guys are building these chips all like happy like, like music and like
I mean, that's the thing is everyone is happy. It's like some weird
yeah.
utopian work day commercial or something, right?
It looks like a commercial. Everyone's in a nice like clean outfit. They're all like working together, like they're working like a machine almost, like
Right.
one guy finishes a thing and then like clockwork they hand it to someone else and like
not even aware of her, but also somewhat happy, right? But a little bit
yeah,
weird. Like
yeah,
it's
no,
the whole
definitely.
thing is weird, right?
They're happy because they've been reprogrammed, and like all they know is if I work hard, I get rewarded.
Yeah,
You know, like the little like an actual advert. Like, you know, everyone's happy and working hard. So like very, you know, dystopian.
yeah,
So she goes and sees her father, and like he's like, so you've finally woken. Come on, sit down. How'd you finish that one there's he started talking about this book, like All Quiet on the Western Front.
right.
I've watched that film. It's a very, you know, it's a World War.
World War movie, right?
Yeah, and like then he starts talking like he goes like, "Did you finish the book?" And she's like, "Never managed to." And he's like, "You know, it really made me think about how pointless the thing of like the Germans and the French fighting each other. The only difference was the clothing." Which is true. Like it was kind of just like a fighting match between world powers, and it's
Right.
interesting because also this is kind of like one of the few times in Fallout lore other countries are actually mentioned. Sure, it's about a book, but still, it's interesting to me.
Right. Right.
Everything relates to
Otherwise,
the
it's
United.
all America kind
Yeah,
of.
it's all
Oh,
the
United
United
States.
States.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like he talks about how pointless all this fighting is, and the chips make everyone equal, and everyone's just happy about it because you know what? There's no more differences between the tribes or anything like that. They're all just one big happy family. And she's like, "I'm bringing you to justice," and
Right.
like, and she's
That's the big thing, like one big thing though, right? Is that he's basically going through all of this trying to convince her that, you know, life is better when it's uh,
controlled.
controlled and automated and everyone's happy and all that sort of stuff. But then she also like he's
Knows
amazing.
that this is
Well, and he's also happy in where he the way he expresses it is like, I'm happy that you haven't changed because you want to take me to justice. That's the old Lucy kind of.
yeah, yeah. Instead of like just stabbing him outright, she's like, "You're coming with me. You're gonna face judicial process,
Yeah.
legal stuff."
Isn't it cute that you think that that these things exist or should
Yeah,
exist
and
or
this is
whatever?
this is a that is a vault thing. Most societies is if you steal, if you wrong me, if you even
Yeah.
look at me in a weird way, bam, you're dead, or I'm dead.
Right.
But yeah, like it's interesting. So you know, she brings him out, and like people kind of freak out, and like, don't worry, guys, everything's fine. My daughter's bringing me to justice. I'm proud of that. And he's like, I'll open up all the doors. If you want to leave, you can leave. And
Yeah.
then they bring in two new guys, a legionary
Well, and
and a
that's sorry,
member
and
of
that's the thing is that when his reaction is so weird. Like, yeah, handcuff me, like take me away, do whatever you. I'm not going to resist.
yeah,
But he also opens it up to everyone. Like, do you guys want to go? And they're like, hell no,
no,
we like it here. Like,
it's safe. There's
it's
food,
safe.
there's
It's
water,
yeah,
you
there
know.
you're not eating. It's kind of like there's this authoritarian aspect, right? Like
Right.
authoritarian brings peace and safety, and you're happier. You know,
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. In Fallout, a lot of people would probably be okay with that because
right?
the wasteland is narrated mess with monsters at every turn.
Yeah,
So sure, you don't have the best rights, but you get food if you work hard, you get
yeah.
safety, you get all of this. People, it's understandable why people would want that.
Right, right.
Even though in this context, it's, oh, you get your free will kind of basically removed or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or kind of like it's still we're still not fully sure how the chips exactly like, but
Right.
it seems
How they work. Yeah. But it's also like he keeps going, okay, so we're gonna, we're all gonna leave, or when we leave, we're gonna leave the doors open, and people are starting to go, don't like the look,
yeah.
don't like
Yeah,
the
don't
look of,
like that. Don't like
don't
that.
like the look of that. You know, how about you guys leave and we'll figure things out later or something,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Which is understandable. Like you don't leave like a city gate just unlocked for the barbarians to come in.
Right, right.
Um, and then member of Caesar's Legion and an NCR, one of the guys we actually saw in like previous episodes are wheeled in. The guy breaks out, starts trying to kill the NCR guy. She's scared, she doesn't know what to do, so she hits a
Well,
button and like they
well, that's the thing is once they took once they were going to whatever the button was gonna put the thing, was gonna put them into La La Land or something, right?
right.
But then she was like, no, I don't want people to lose their free will.
Mhm.
And yet, as soon as they did, they started like ki killing each other and hacking each other right in
Yeah,
front
but
of
then
them.
like when she presses the big red button, he's like, what happened? Oh, are you okay there? Let me get you out of there, friend. And like,
Right.
they're like two peas in a pod, and they're just like
Yeah.
a moment ago he was trying to kill him, but like right after he's like, oh, let me help you there, friend.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
So
there's that.
and then let's touch on the ghoul, Cooper Howard.
Yeah.
So in between we get flashbacks of we okay, well, let's go to Barb for a second.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the episode, we see a meeting with Barb and like all these people talking about casually talking about the end of the world. Like,
Essentially, there's a lot that we see a lot of Barb going through, understanding what's going to happen, choices that have to get
mhm,
made, do and all that. Like we're back to there's a lot of like the pre-bomb dropping stuff as you see
yeah,
the final decisions and things that
yeah.
the companies are making and all that sort of stuff, right?
Hell, we literally see companies not just pre-bomb, they're setting up the
Well,
bombs.
that's the thing. They're looking at the financial benefits of like no, the
Like,
craziest one was like, so we've sold people these high-end bomb shelters, but what we really should do is the highways are going to be jam
clogged
packed.
with people trying
So
to run for their lives.
we should sell them
A special
uh
lane just for
yeah,
them.
the whatever lane, the fast lane kind of thing, right?
Yeah, for those special guys. And like, they're having snacks while they're doing this. Like the first one we see is literally them discussing. So looking at it like from an aesthetic point of view, five smaller bombs is a lot prettier than just one big bomb.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you, but I'm gonna use this special golden bullet, unlike
Right.
this
Like
red
they're literally planning the end of the world, quote
with a
unquote.
smile on their face and talking
Right.
about
And
the
but
cheapest,
they're
like
still
it,
trying to monetize it. You know what I mean? Like there's
right.
still somehow like there's still money in to be
In to be
made
made, right?
in
Like
in
they're
the end of the
counting the
world.
cents and dollars before the world burns. And like how many of these people actually will survive, Like I mean
What are you gonna
not the
spend
world,
what are you
but
gonna
like
spend money on?
literally like in the
Yeah,
Fallout world, pre-war money is kind of useful for like trading stuff, but it's not money, caps or dollars in
right,
this world.
right,
Because, paper money, there's so much of it versus the finite amount that is bottle caps.
right,
Like it's these guys are counting the cents and dollars before they kill everyone.
right. But again, what are you gonna spend? It's just weird, right? Like what
Yeah,
are you gonna
yeah.
spend?
So that happens and
But hold on. The thing that I think stands out about Coop, it's really about Barb, right? But it's
mhm,
also about Coop and the other people war, pre bombs being dropped. As Coop is basically telling his wife, "You're a monster. And
yeah.
she's realizing that like, oh, he's not going to go gently, and she at one point she wants to stop this thing, right? She wants to find
Yeah.
out what's going on, and then whoever's organizing it
The
all,
Enclave.
the Enclave says, "Hey, you can't. We'll
You
kill
can't
your
do this.
family. We'll
Yeah.
kill your family if you don't go along with it."
Yeah. He's
Essentially.
he's actually that guy is actually from the first season.
Oh yeah.
He's a scientist that gave like Lucy the cold fusion thing.
Oh, right, right.
So like somehow he got frozen as well, and
Right,
like, but like yeah, he's like, my family is also in danger, so we
right.
all have a part we need to play.
Yeah.
So it's this is so the thing has
So
changed. In the
yeah,
first season, we thought, oh, Vault-Tec dropped bombs, but now with like House and this guy, it's
we're
now
still
the
not sure.
Enclave
Or the Enclave. Right.
who have
Right.
made Vault-Tec do, and it's interesting, interesting.
Right. And so uh, Barb said war never changes, and
Mhm.
there's something about that that really that seemed to be the thing that really bugged Coop, that line kind of.
Mhm.
And then he says, "I know what you're planning to do, Barb." Right? Like
Yeah,
he finally confronts her and says, this is a
you're a
terrible.
monster.
Yeah, you're a
Like you're
monster, and
literally ending the world. And
yeah,
she's like, wouldn't you kill the world if it meant protecting your daughter?
right. She
And
wants
and
to
he's
do.
weighing it because like
Yeah,
he wants to say yes because he's a good father, but also he wants to say
right,
no because
right.
it's an actual thing now, not just like a saying. It's like,
Right. And then for Barb, regardless of, she's as all of this stuff happens, right? Step by
mhm,
step, people fall into these situations or end up in a doing terrible things kind of it's now been presented to her as you can go along with this and you'll live or not and we'll just kill you, right?
yeah,
So it's a real
it's
decision about her
mhm,
daughter and that kind of stuff.
yeah. So you know, Coop, like in between this stuff, Coop is like pre-war and then post-war where he's still on the flagpole and like
Right.
he's trying to
And
drag himself up
yeah, and let's
into
leave that
cut
to the end
with.
because that's kind of the
Okay,
let's leave Coop to the end because he's
yeah,
kind
okay,
of
all
the
right,
end guy.
yeah, yeah,
But
okay,
we have riot troops in Vault 33, right? Like the
right. And
confrontation
like
between the snackers and
in
the
the the incest club, which only allows special incest people in to eat,
right,
and like
right.
the guy's happy because like finally people who want to actually talk to me, and like he does this little music thing on the piano, which in his mind is like a jaunty song while everyone dances, but it's actually
Yeah,
just Mary Had a Little Lamb,
right.
and like
And
Barb send or not Barb no so the woman the vault
yeah,
overseer sends the guys in saying, "You are feeding these people salty snacks as
well
we're
we've got a
dealing
water
with."
shortage.
And he's
Right.
like, "You
But
can
it's
defund this club, but you can't not give us the snack budget."
right. I mean, I think the thing that I'm also seeing there in why I started with the riot police, because again, it had been perfection and not perfection, but order, that in order to live in the vault, the whole thing had to be orderly and run, right? Like it had to be well governed, or at least maybe that's what was going on in there as some kind of experiment or whatever. But now the riot police, like the order is breaking down, right? Like these guys
Hmm.
are like eating all the snacks. There's no water, and she's had to bring in the riot police and
Yeah,
and
because of these idiots.
and well, or because of whatever, right? They may be idiots, but also they're not like following, like the order is breaking down, kind of. You know what I
Yeah, it's
mean?
beginning, and like in this kind
Like
of environment, order is on a tightrope. You
yeah,
have
it's
limited
super
space,
important
resources.
and
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then there's also Steph and Chet are getting married.
Which he didn't even know that was happening.
He didn't know he was getting
Like,
married. Yeah, I think Betty is the name of the overseer, but
yeah, and then one of the guys that was been throughout, like, hey, have you seen this other guy? The
oh,
guy who saw this and like reported to the overseer, like, hey,
oh, that's who was missing.
yeah,
Right. Yeah, that's who was missing that went to the overseer that went to Steph.
Betty or
Steph. No,
Steph, yeah,
Bet yeah,
Steph,
yeah.
and like, hey, so I saw this thing happen, and she's like, I'll bring it to the overseer, but you're the
Yeah,
overseer.
that was
Yes.
the last episode. Yeah. So that, the things are kind of like breaking down in there a bit, right? And
Mhm.
and Chet thinks that there's something, definitely knows there's something going
Yeah,
on
he saw that
with
recently annexed Canada passport of hers.
well, again, that was last episode, so he's already knows something is is weird, and now
Yeah.
people have got
This
this guy's gone missing, and
and now
so
there's a wedding, so like
yeah,
he's
so the whole
worried.
wedding thing that's yeah, he knows
Yeah.
something's
Yes.
up, you know?
Very. Yeah. So and
Yeah.
then
And
back to the
and now
sorry,
we're now maybe we're
to the
the soup.
flagpole.
Well, yeah, and sorry, Maximus, we
Oh
get
yeah,
a
we
tiny
see
bit of
him a bit.
Maximus, but he's essentially in the desert, right? He's
Yeah,
essentially
he
they
and his
shed the
they
suit,
they leave behind a suit. We can actually hear gunfire and fighting still happening
right?
behind them. Like so it's
Yeah.
still going on.
To avoid being tracked, they shed the suit and head
Run
off.
off, yeah. And like turning into a ghoul guy's like, dude, you should sell that. And he's like, no, I have to give it to the right people. And he's like, there are no good people here, dude. I'm from
Yeah,
the boneyards, the
right,
bad part of it, which is like a community basically
right.
in what used to be California. So he's like, dude, there's no good people. There's only like shades of bad.
Yeah,
If you sell that, we can get a ton of money and like,
yeah,
be safe and stuff. And he's like, no, I have to find the right people. And he's like,
right.
who are there? And like so and then they end up meeting the ghoul, but getting to
Well,
that.
yeah.
So they so
So now back
ghoul
to
is
the ghouls on the lamppost or whatever it is.
yeah.
He
He's turning
can't get
to
his
a
power
feral.
drinks. He can't
Yeah.
get his power drinks, and so he uses all his strength to pull himself with the pole through his stomach all the way to the top, and he gets his hand on the top of the flagpole,
But then
but then falls all the way back down,
yeah, and he's like,
right? And you're like, what is
yeah.
how is Coop gonna get out of this one?
How is old Coop gonna get out of this,
Yeah,
Jimmy? A pull through the stomach.
yeah,
And
and then out of
luckily,
nowhere something weird comes along, right?
a super mutant.
Super
So,
mutant.
this huge, big, hulking figure that's mostly shrouded comes over, just grabs the pole and rips it off,
Right.
pulls him up, and
Pops them
like,
off. Yeah,
yeah, pops him off, puts him on this like little cart thing or this
yeah.
like, and like drags him off up to this church.
And then gives them radiation. Radiation
Uh,
is good for you.
yeah, like a literal chunk of uranium.
Yeah,
He
uranium is good
sticks
for
it,
you. Yeah,
he sticks it into his stomach. And we have seen the effects of radiation on ghouls. It heals them,
right.
which,
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't, anyways, it's
yeah.
fine.
So I want to talk a bit more. So the Superman's talking to Cooper, which is interesting because most of the time Supermans are dumb as bricks and just kill everything.
Yeah,
So the fact that
he
he was able to walk into Freeside, take Coop, bring him back, and he's talking and stuff,
yeah.
and it's really interesting.
Yeah. And I think this is the other kind of saying or whatever statement that stuck with me. In addition to war never changes, I know what you're planning to do, Barb. This is the super mutant says there's a war coming and we need you healthy. He says that to Coop, right?
Yeah, and he's talking about like there's a war against us and the Enclave,
Right.
which is interesting. A few things. First of all, the Superman, we don't know if he's actually a named character yet from like the
Right.
games or lore and stuff, but he is voiced by Ron Perlman, who's actually like the intro guy basically where he goes like war never changes, every game and stuff. So it's
Oh,
interesting that
he's from the game. The
yeah,
voice is from.
he's a like a voice actor kind
Oh,
of thing. So
yeah,
like he
yeah.
does the intro. So it's interesting that this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
him.
for sure.
So that happens, and then like the ghouls kind of like spread out on this like mat thing hung up, and like looking around, there's like dripping bags of meat and stuff,
Right.
and like the guy's talking about there's a war coming. People don't like us, ghouls or mutants. They see us as monsters, but there's a war between us and the Enclave. We're
Right.
gonna finish something started, and like we need you healthy. And Coop's like, I'm not doing it. Okay, bonk, bonk him. I thought he was like about to kill him with that club. Like
but he essentially he says, okay, if you don't want, like he says,
There's
Coop says, I like to do it on my own, and he says, how's that going for you? Because he just had to
rip him
rescue
off a
him
flagpole.
off a flagpole, and Coop says, no, I gotta keep going. And I forgot that while Coop was on the flagpole, he was also thinking about, like, he's still like, he dragged himself up the flagpole because he's thinking about his daughter, right? Like he
Yeah,
wants to
like
see his
like
daughter still.
he's trying to will himself not to turn feral and to get over the flagpole by saying, "My name's Cooper Howard. I have a daughter, and I
Yeah.
need to find her."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So Cooper gets knocked out because
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna let you, know where we are,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
Drags him off, and then
Puts him,
Maximus and the
yeah, puts him
guy,
up somewhere on his own kind of thing.
like find him. He's like, "Oh hey," and like the ghoul's like, "God damn it."
No, the ghoul isn't, God damn it. The last line of the show is fuck, right?
Yeah, like great. I just
When
met.
Maximus and the ghoul Light come marching through the desert and find him,
With the
and who,
dog and with the
with the
hat and
dog, who's going to
stuff.
rescue Coop? Like, who's going to rescue Coop? But these guys, and I can't remember. So what? When did Coop? When did Coop? It was that, like, did Coop meet him only in the very last, in the very ending of season one, or did he meet him?
I
Did he meet him
think
somewhere
I
else?
don't know if he's met previously, but I think he has met him at the very end of the last episode where
Yeah,
like
he sees Maximus when Maximus gets shot by
was it
uh,
Lucy or yeah,
Lucy's
Lucy's
dad
dad,
killed him.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And like, he so he's like, God damn. So
yeah.
this is man, they are setting stuff up. I can't wait for
Right.
the
So
next two
that's the thing, is
episodes.
they're definitely
Hmm.
so Coop's still going. Lucy's, back at it for what it's worth. She's got her dad, but she's, trying to bring him back to justice in Vault 33. Vault 33 is having a riot. Uh and uh and Coop now is totally depending on well, at least Coop and Maximus have kind of gotten together.
Yeah,
Sorry, and the one thing we didn't talk about was uh, back in pre-war.
right. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
so
Coop has found this gun, right? That was changed to Lucy's dad's arm, right?
mhm,
From Voltec or whatever it was, and Coop opens it up and he doesn't know what the heck it is,
right.
and then
Barb
Barb
like
injects or takes out or something. It's
yeah,
not
takes
clear.
out Mc-
Yeah, Lucy's dad.
Lucy's dad.
Yeah.
And like which is interesting because that means that like, he probably did it previously and then like they were gonna make a deal so then he'd like take it out and give it to him, as a failsafe basically. But
But
it's interesting, yeah, like
but I wasn't clear. What is that? Like, she took, is
that's
that,
the that's the cold fusion.
so cold fusion had been injected inside of him?
Yeah, as a failsafe probably to, security stuff.
So he thought the important thing was in his
Briefcase.
briefcase, and in
And it kind
fact,
of was because it was a thing to actually pull the thing out
pull
of him.
pull it out of him.
Yeah, yeah,
And so she must have figured that out, right? In the
right.
research that she did or whatever.
Mhm.
We also saw that part. I don't know if that was this episode or last episode, where House brings the
Oh yeah, the chip.
controller
This is this
unit,
episode where like
says,
he's like, "You
I
give me
built
cold
this.
fusion, I'm gonna give you this."
Yeah. And she's like, what's up with that? And he goes, well, no, you guys paid me to make this, and I get the cold fusion. That was the deal.
Right. So in the end, it seems he's not gonna get cold fusion.
Well, this is what clearly it's not get this is why it doesn't get to him, because Barb is on it, right? Like,
Right.
she's got it now. Like, who's got it? Barb does.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
very interesting. I
Yeah.
just realized also Lucy was helping the ghoul, to try to find his family and stuff. And she's in that location. She doesn't know about them, but like,
Right.
it's a bit of irony. Like, hopefully, who knows what will happen next
If
episodes? But like,
if she had asked her dad, or her dad would let her do it, right? Like her dad's
yeah,
letting her do whatever she wants. She's got the power to release them. Maybe that's
yeah.
what comes next.
I'm still interested in like figuring out why he's letting her do this, you know?
What is it? Does he think that she's gonna see his way is the best way? Or
Hmm.
yeah, or has he done so much already that it doesn't matter what she does, he's already
Yeah, like
finished his
what's
job, sort of. You know what I mean?
yeah, so like or maybe this yeah, maybe this is like some sort of roundabout way to get her onto his side or some or
Yeah.
like, who knows? Who
Who
knows?
knows? We
Yeah.
will have to watch episode 7 to see what we learn.
Yes, indeed, indeed.
Yeah. And all right. Well, can't wait to watch episode 7. Did you say you
Mhm.
were watching something else or
Yes, yes. I don't know if we'll have enough time right here, but
yeah.
there's a new thing from Star Wars talking about Darth Maul. Very excited
Oh.
about that.
There's going to be a series about Darth Maul or
A
movie or
series, a movie, I don't know yet, but
oh,
like I definitely like to watch and talk
that's
about it if we.
right. Yeah, that's coming out. Yeah, so maybe next one, or at some point we could squeeze in a little one about that. And I'd also
Mhm.
like to talk about that short I sent to you by these guys. I think they talk a lot about different TV shows.
Mhm.
Uh, they're called The Ringer.
Ooh, The
The
Ringer.
Ringerverse. And I think I don't know, they talk about a lot of stuff, but I sent you the a clip from them
Yeah, yeah.
talking about Andor and
Mhm.
just basically like how it's for those of us that watched the end of Andor and then into Rogue One and into New Hope, it's a totally for the first time in
Interesting.
all of the Star Wars things, Andor has kind of like put a wrinkle, a gravity wrinkle in the time-space continuum of things, you know?
Interesting. We'll
Yeah.
we'll have to do an episode, a short episode or what have you on that, and also the mall episode when
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right.
All right.
Thank you to our subscribers or our viewers for getting our most recent episode up to like 38 views, I
Oh,
think.
43. It's
43.
yeah,
Wow.
we haven't had something go this viral since last July.
Indeed. We haven't had an episode as well as this since the 49th.
That's right. Since the 49th. Well, no, since last July, that was our last big
Indeed.
one over 50. But anyways, great to have you. Keep
Yep.
pressing the like button, keep subscribing,
Keep
and
on watching these videos and
yeah,
until
until
we meet
next
again.
until we meet again.
Take care, people.
Take care.